Hi, everyone. We are live. It's so nice to have everybody here, and I'm so excited to kick this off by introducing our amazing cast. I am joined by 5 incredible cast members.
Hey, y'all.
And let's go down the list. Let's everybody introduce yourselves.
Okay.
Who you play.
Yay. Hi, everyone. I'm Erika Henningsen, and I play Charlie Morningstar.
Hi, I'm Blake Roman, and I play Angel Dust.
I'm Amir, I play Alastor.
Hi, I'm Jessica Bosk. I play Lute.
I'm Joel Perez, and I play Valentino.
Woo! Amazing. It's so amazing to have everybody here. Obviously, I love spending time with you guys, and we're having lots of fun. So we have a bunch of questions that we will be answering, and we will be pulling them out of this lovely bowl right here.
We're going. It's happening.
Yes.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, let's start. All right. Okay.
Oh my gosh.
It's my job to list them. So let's see. How have you guys felt about the audience reactions so far? Any favorite memes, fan art, or anything else you've seen that you really liked?
Ooh.
The one that absolutely killed me was at the premiere, our whole lineup of the entire cast, and then somebody literally drew all of our characters in our outfits. That blew my mind.
That was, and it was like the next day.
Yeah, that was kind of the beginning of the, I feel like the amazing fan art that we see probably every day. I mean, we did a panel today at SCADFest, and you know, all of these incredible students came up, and we were all sent art before the panel even started. And this is art that's frameable art. I mean, it's such incredible artwork, and like of characters even doing random life things, and not like necessarily Hazbin Hotel things, which I also find kind of badass. but it's been so crazy coming from a world of like, I played Elphaba, and you get a lot of fan art of like the green girl, but to have all of the Hazbin Hotel stuff and to see all of everybody's character here plus everybody on the show every day get something new drawn is super cool.
Yeah, my favorite reactions so far are all the people that say that they hate Valentino, but they love me. Truly, everyone's like, we all want Valentino to die, but you're great.
Thank you.
Nuance.
What's my favorite meme? I don't know, man. Honestly, I love the weird shit. I can say shit. Of course I can. It has been. Like the bald Alastor is stupid. Awful. Yes.
Once you see it, you can't unsee it.
And then I made a joke about Alastor does have a tail. The tail goes up the back of his jacket and out here, and this is his tail. And then someone drew that, and it's so stupid. And like, just this, I love when I open my Twitter and see something, and my immediate reaction is stupid.
Like, brilliant.
No, it's true. There's like bikini Lute and Adam.
Yeah.
There's like I mean, it's real again, like on the total like Twitter.
Wait, bikini Adam?
Swimsuit Adam, bikini Lute.
Okay.
Yeah, you know, but I mean, amazing. Who thinks of this? It's amazing.
I love anything that is like the family photo of Lucifer, Adam, and Lilith. Just because I think it's so cool that people are creating their own sort of backstory of what those dynamics are like. And I just love anything that Lilith is in with Lucifer next to her, like 5 inches.
He's so
Short king. He's a short king.
Short king.
Lucifer's a short king.
Amazing.
Ooh,
we're going down the
second turn.
Oh, that's hard if we weren't supposed to do
What
that.
was the most difficult scene for you? Do you think you're like the character you played in any way?
Is that for just you, or do we?
If anybody has an immediate response.
I think it's a journey for all of us.
The most difficult scene. I get like any scene where Charlie has like ideas and lots of them, I like kind of almost pass out at the end because we're doing multiple takes and it's like, and like it's like when a little kid is hyperventilating because they're really excited. So that's not difficult. I just go home feeling like, why do I feel like I'm gonna faint right now?
Yeah, Richard a couple times have been like,
Richard's really good. Richard's really good at like regulating me. He's like a guide dog. He's like, it's too much. You need to calm down. You need to calm down.
He like lies on top of you.
Yes. He's like, ready? We're gonna go for another take.
Well, that's how the fight scenes. Like, any fight scenes where I had to add, you know, especially like if anybody who's out there who's streamed season 1 on Prime is like. if you get to the last episode and everybody is kind of like I was saying earlier, War of the Worlds style, like, you know. And so I just remember being in a session and I think Vivian and yeah, you were like, let's just go for some sounds and some noises. And so, and I just remember being like, okay, you know, like, and those are the things that took me by surprise at the time because I was like, what am I doing? But seeing it back now, I'm like, this is so dope.
It's so dope.
I think for me, you know, the hardest scene was probably the one between Angel and Val. Specifically, just, I mean, even reading the script for that episode was like, Angel is such a strong character, and you just see that strength up until that point, and then for it to be turned totally on its side in that way was really tough. And just I realized that there's just such an inverse to his personality, well, his life, you know, and his situation. So that was cool and different, you know, and tough.
Yeah, as Val, it was complicated because episode 2, he's just sort of like this, like, fabulous bitch. Right? Who's just kind of like you don't really take him that seriously, or like, why is he so like, why are people so scared of him? He just seems like he's such a fun guy. He seems like it's just a fun time. So then episode 4 was definitely a challenge because having to like dip into the darker sides of him, and that it is about physical and emotional abuse, and really it was an interesting turn for the season in that episode where it becomes about something a bit deeper. And I remember after recording that episode, I was just like so sad for like the rest of the day, just walking around being like, man, that was rough. And I was like, this is a cartoon, and I feel so sad.
It really hits.
Yeah. Are you like your character?
Anyway?
I'm like my character in that, like I'll have a smile and I'll say something really shitty to someone.
It's true.
I like fucking with people, and so I'm like that. Yeah.
I think I'm like Angel in a way that, you know, I find myself, I don't know, you know, we're actors. We can find ourselves acting sometimes, and sometimes I'm just like, wait, you don't need to be putting on a performance right now, Blake. Like, you don't, you know, or any type of facade.
Who are you most like? Because we hear this question all the time, but like, which character are you, like,
that's what I want to know.
Well, I have a bit of myself in all of them.
Sure.
Yes.
So that's pretty par for the course. I feel like I'm like literally, I am very much a mix between Vaggie and Charlie though, because like Charlie, like all the like obstacles she faced, like, you know, people being shitty and people like saying you'll never accomplish this or whatever, like that's kind of a common experience for any kind of creator. And I feel like the stubbornness she has is something that I've had to have, like just keeping going, like, you know, creating and moving forward and
a young woman in the animation world. Yes.
Yes, and especially on the internet. So it's like, you know, so I relate to Charlie heavily in that instance. I feel like I aspire to be more like her though, because I feel like she goes even harder for it. But then with Vaggie, it's just the groundedness and like kind of the easily frustrated, because I actually feel very easily frustrated, like with just stupid things that happen and stupid people. And so I feel like, you know, that's kind of where she's at. So I'm like, I feel like realistically I'm a mix of them, but there's, like I said, in all the characters, like there's some little piece.
There's a little egg boy.
Yes. The egg boys are my intelligence.
There's a little egg boy in me right now. Wait, what? That sounded so wrong. It's a little egg boy.
Viv, we've known for a while that Angel Dust's birthday is April 1st.
Yes.
What are some of the other characters' birthdays or star signs?
When's my birthday?
Yeah, when's that?
Oh man.
I think I do know this.
I think the funniest thing about Angel's birthday is that I didn't even like remember. So I apparently said it was a different day, and then I was like, wait, no, it's supposed to be April Fool's Day. And so there was a whole like fight on Twitter about it. So because of that, I don't want to make any birthdays because God forbid I said a different one at one point, and there'll be another Twitter war about which the characters' birthdays are.
Okay.
I mean, but they all have them.
Aside from the character you voice, who do you want to learn more? Oh, what, Erika?
I had to think about someone other than me.
Aside from the character
dig deep
you
there.
voice, who do you want to learn more about in the show?
No, who do I mean?
I need to learn more about Susan.
Susan.
I really need like
you,
a
Susan.
I need like a Susan bottle episode that's just about
Yes.
Susan in Cannibal Town.
I
just
really
negging everyone the whole
really
time.
want to know.
It's like an anthology episode.
Yes.
You see her bother everyone.
Everyone, yeah.
Mine's Lute, actually.
Yeah.
Yes.
Like you want to know why she got like why?
way
How'd
she
she
is.
get there?
Yeah, because there's a depth to Lute that I feel like we've only sort of scratched the surface of so far.
Yeah.
And so I want to know what's behind that, what led up to this, and then what's going to happen.
You know, interestingly enough, so do I. So do I. It's actually a thrill. We were talking about this too. It's sort of like we're going into season 2, and
Yes.
and
Remember how they
Remember-
said someone other than you, though?
this is why we can't sit next to each other.
This is like accurate. This is when I'm like, we are kind of. You just Alastor. You just Alastor.
Big smile. shitty comment with a big smile.
What's the name of who sings Darren Chris's character?
St. Peter.
St. Peter.
Yeah, I want to know
Peter.
more about St.
I'd like to know a little more about Velvette.
Hundo P.
I'd be Hundo P.
Hundo P.
Yeah.
Hundo P.
The guy who talks in like Shakespearean.
Zestial.
Zestial.
I want to know about Zestial.
Yeah.
Yeah. Zestial would be
all the
fun.
overlords.
Echo effect on his voice is
Yeah,
so
the effect
good.
was cool. That was
Also-
something the sound editor did, and I was like, oh, that's cool. Yeah, because I was like, I want him to have some kind of reverb, some kind of effect.
Why? Well, like what made you think
I don't
of
know,
that?
just
I love
because
it.
he's ancient and creepy, and I was like, I think it would make him feel more demonic, and it didn't.
Yeah.
The
Yeah,
scene,
totally.
the scene of
Love it.
him and Alastor
Yeah.
walking down the street
love
together,
it.
and everyone,
So good.
everyone being like,
Yeah, I really like that.
No, you could feel like what at least the New York screening, everybody's bodies kind of like tense up in certain moments of certain
Yes.
parts of
Yeah.
episode.
Like,
It's
oh,
very
who's this
cool.
guy?
They know.
It's very cool.
Yeah.
Is it my turn?
It's your turn.
James kills it.
This is a long one.
Whoa.
Someone
It's a
wrote an
long
essay.
Okay, wow.
hell yeah.
As a demisexual, it means a lot to me that Alastor has become an ace icon. Amir also mentioned he learned what AroAce is through the fans. What are his thoughts on being part of the ace rep through Alastor? And much love to the writers for Ace in the Hole.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on being part of the ace rep through Alastor?
You know what's interesting is I still don't feel like I have a deep understanding of what it means to be Aro or Ace or AroAce. I have a basic understanding of it, which is that you don't necessarily have romantic feelings or you don't have sexual feelings. Or they're much less than what is typical, right? You may have zero or you may have very, very little. I can't relate to that, obviously, but it means a lot to mean a lot to people. Do you know what I mean? Like I think that we all relate in some way to feeling like an outsider, to feeling not seen, and I think that there have been times when I've seen something portrayed on screen, and in that moment felt very seen, right? And for someone who doesn't have that experience, right? For a straight white American man who's able-bodied, they'll never have the sense of like, finally, right? Of going, oh, finally, that's how I feel, right?
Yeah.
And that's really special. And so having people who are AroAce reach out to me and thank me as though I created the character. I mean, they know that I haven't, but I think what it is that they appreciate that Vivian's created the character, and that I've taken to the character, and that I represent something fun and exciting. And I think that that's a big part of it, right? Is that like, if you're AroAce, that doesn't mean you're lame, right? That doesn't mean you're uninteresting.
Yeah.
It just means there's a part of you that is different from what is typical.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's actually.
And
a
that
great
you
way to
were
put it.
curious to engage and ask.
Oh,
I think
sure.
that is what it's
I
so
loved
cool.
that. I really
Yeah.
loved that you were like, I learned.
I
Blah,
don't
blah,
know what
blah.
this
I think it's very cool.
Yeah,
And
I think what's interesting is a lot of people are like, how has that affected your portrayal of him so far? And it's like, well, it hasn't.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Like I haven't delved deeply into it enough because there hasn't been anything in the script. It's like,
Well, exactly.
why aren't you having sex with blah blah blah?
Yeah.
Well, because I'm asexual. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's like,
Well, something unique about Alastor and the way we write him and why the ace in the hole joke exists is that, you know, it's a comment that Rosie makes because it's something Rosie knows about Alastor, but he doesn't even quite comprehend it. Because, you know, it's just not, you know, it's who he is, but it's not like a label that he like actively understands and works under, you know? Because it's also like, and that's a reality too. Like there are so many people who have an orientation or a preference or whatever it is that they don't even know that there's a word for, you know?
Right.
I mean, that's happened to me. Like there's been labels that I'm like, oh, that fits me, but like, you know, it's like, whoa, like I didn't know that existed until like, you know, whenever I found it and stumbled into it. So I think there's also that element too of Alastor, which I think is fun, is that he exists as this character, and that's just, you know, he just is a character that's fun and engaging, and I'm really glad for people to have a character like him to represent.
And I think what's particularly different is that he's not just AroAce coded, right? He may have been, but once she said you're an ace in the
it's
hole,
like,
it allows people to be like, okay, so that's real.
That is
That's not something. That's not something I'm headcanoning.
Yeah,
It's not
exactly.
something me and my friends have talked about. It's like, no, that's real, and
Yeah.
that's. I think that the label can actually be useful in a way to make people feel seen in a very concrete kind of way. And that's
especially
cool.
since a lot of like, especially with ace characters, it can be very like coded and very like I see this character as this, but yeah, confirming it, I just felt like it was an important thing to do. And also a nice like nod within the characters too, because we could have that moment where we get Alastor's authentic like self in that moment.
Right.
before we recorded.
Right up here, sis.
High
Right
five.
up here.
Right, all in here.
I have a question for Viv.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Italians.
Inspo behind each character's name.
Ooh,
Yes,
that's a
this
good
is a fun one. So Angel Dust is that I thought it would be fun because it sounds like both a drag name and a porn star name.
Sure.
Yes.
So I was like, it just fit. It just made
Yeah,
sense.
yeah.
And then plus there is like bigger themes of drugs in his storyline, so it just kind of just fit very perfectly. Alastor was one that obviously he's existed for a very long time. So I think it was just like probably at that age I was like looking in a book of names and I was like, that one looks cool. That's probably what it is, because it's just cool to sounding and there is also like, I believe there are a couple like actual in demonology, there are a couple Alastors, so it makes sense.
Oh, cool.
And then Lute is funny because I didn't know what to name her for the longest time. So she was always the lieutenant,
Right.
and I don't know much about I don't know much about military placements. So I just assumed the lieutenant was really high. So she is really high. She's the second in command, but I don't know if that's how it actually works.
Amazing.
And
love that.
so it's kind of just and then for a while I was like, I need a name for this character. I need like a cool badass name for this character. I need a name. And then Lute just stuck because I was like Lieutenant Lute, like I'll just keep calling her that for now. And it was a temp name that then I just like was like, no, it kind of fits.
It
Totally
cool.
works.
sounds cool.
Yeah.
Works for
And it's very simple and it's sharp, you know. And so, but it's funny because it was just a temp name that I was like, this character needs an actual name at some point,
I always thought it
which
was like a
sometimes happens.
double play on like Lute, L-U-T-E, and then L-O-O-T. Like 'cause she goes in and she like loots through hell, and, like, takes
Ooh.
them.
That's a cool way of
You
doing it,
know,
too.
my personal grammatical headcanon, that is not true.
Sometimes the temp names are like the ones that just stick the best. Because another one, funny enough, that was a temp name was Fizzarali in my other series, which I am still like, I'm like, that's probably the most genius name I've ever come up with.
I love that.
I love that name now, but it was temp for a while. 'Cause I was like, this sounds dumb. And now it's a perfect clown name. So it's awesome. And then for Valentino, it's a kind of mix of cute and sad. My cat, we named him Valentino. Like my old cat, he's dead now, but he was our family cat, and I just really loved that name, and so it stuck with me. And I was always like, I should name a character this, and then it just made sense for the character of Valentino. It's kind of like a very fancy name, and it's also just very like, it's kind of vaguely Latin sounding. I'm like, I love this name. It's great.
Did that inspire the like Valentine heart stuff? Like
Yeah.
Well, that's all like just because the name Valentino just makes me think of the Valentines stuff and bread.
And like high end, it's like
It's fancy.
Like
Charlie Morningstar?
Charlie. Charlie. Oh, that's a fun. Yeah, Charlie. I've always loved the name Charlie for as a female name. It's just the cutest thing, and so I liked that. And then Morningstar obviously is like the classic like name for Lucifer and for that side. So it just made sense.
What
got a good ring to it.
would your character's favorite candy bar be? Bonus question.
Bonus question to the question.
I have a question and a comment.
Or fruit.
wow.
Yeah.
I feel like Charlie just wants straight sugar, so it would be like Fun Dip or like a baby bottle pop.
Whoa.
You know, like where it's just like
that's
it's
old school.
just sugar, and she's a little old school, like So it's just she just dips it straight in, and it's like okay, we're back.
I don't know.
We don't have to go down the line.
Yeah. I can't think of anything funny, so I'm gonna skip.
I don't know. I feel like
Pass.
wow, pass. Even on fruit?
Yep.
Really?
Whoa.
You're kind of deer based. I mean,
Is there? I remember there being a candy
do
bar
deer
called
like apples?
a Big Daddy or something.
Oh, Sugar Daddy.
Sugar Daddy.
I can see that.
I mean, I feel like that would be Valentino, the sugar.
No, I think Valentino's favorite candy is like a Tootsie Pop.
Yeah.
Wow.
and he likes
He's
to
very
take to get to the
orally
center.
fixated. And then his favorite fruit is like a really juicy mango.
Yeah.
That's why I skipped. 'Cause gold
He
right
has
there.
a journal. That's a character journal answer right there.
What are the Lutes would be like the red hot. You know, like
Yes,
yes,
Like
What
nice tamales, hot tamales.
no, the ball, the fireballs.
Yeah, the little fireballs.
Yeah. But she's just like, and
Right, and nothing affects. Nothing, like it's just not that hot.
She's just trying to feel something.
Yeah, she's just trying to feel something.
anything.
Yeah, and that's just never. It's a never.
Amazing.
What's a duet you'd like to see in future seasons?
Oh, Alastor and Niffty. I'm just obsessed with them in general.
Actually, yes.
Yes.
That's a
Yeah.
yes for me too.
Yeah.
And I know a lot of fans want to see that too.
want some more Nifty. And,
Yes.
and like, well, they ship the two of you in
Yes.
their own sweet
they
way.
do?
Yeah.
I haven't even seen that.
Me too,
I don't know
though.
if it's that, but it's just like they like the two of you.
Yeah, they like the combination. which
Yeah.
I do too. I really love Alastor's relationship with Niffty. Like
Yeah.
she's like the one that he is charmed by.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What's
the
his line?
only
Like,
one in the whole hotel.
to understand
Yeah.
that mind.
Yeah. She's very fun to him.
You know what I want? I want a Lute solo. I want to get deep in Lute's shit and like know what's going on there. Do you know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
It's actually hard to get a lot of solos in the show because
because we're
Yeah,
in.
a lot of them have to serve a very important, narrative purpose in the episode.
Totally.
But it is really nice when we get those opportunities to do solo songs. And
Yeah.
so we'll definitely see more of them.
Yeah.
I want to do like a fucked up Val and Angel Dust song.
Me.
Well, that's for sure.
Yes.
For sure.
Yes.
I mean, I will say though, I do love an ensemble number.
Yeah, my favorite numbers in the show
Sure.
are when we're all
really
singing.
do.
Oh, yeah.
They're
The finale is like
spectacular.
so
The bomb.
great.
Finale is a very special. I love that because
Yeah.
the combination of everybody is awesome. And
Yeah.
there's a lot of opportunity for that because there's so many characters.
Yeah.
Fun too.
Yeah.
I'm like hearing it now. I'm like,
Finally, Charlie and Lilith.
Yes.
Ooh,
that
yeah,
is
well,
like
yes.
that. I feel like that's gotta.
Hands down.
I wanted.
What is every cast member's favorite flaw and favorite strength in the character they play?
Ooh.
Favorite flaw and favorite strength.
That sounds like a question
Dating
like
profile?
no, like at the end of a book in high school when they have all the questions that they want you to think about.
My favorite, I feel like, because I am also like this, so I see it very clearly in both of us, is that Charlie feels like she can do everything on her own, and she doesn't realize that she is surrounded by people who want to help her and who she desperately needs. So, because I am very much like that, where I'm like, I can figure this out. Like, I don't need, not because I want to shut people out, I'm just like, I'll do it, I'll figure it out. I am a woman, so I just like do it on my own. But that's like my favorite flaw of hers, because it comes from a place of like, I can make this happen. But that is the most beautiful thing, I think, in the finale episode that I was so moved by, seeing everybody come together. And I just thought, oh, this is so tender. We need everybody.
Yeah.
Tender.
It's tender.
It is tender. So that's my flaw that I like.
I think Lute's, what was it? What was the first one?
Flaw?
Strength
And
and
strength.
flaw.
Her strength is that, I mean, she really is, has the ability to be a badass boss lady.
Yeah.
Right? And I love that, because I do empathize and understand that feeling, because, you know, like, I like to be a badass boss lady. And so she has that ability. Whether or not she uses it for good is on her.
Yeah.
And flaw-wise, which I think all of us have, I know I certainly do, is just so many walls up with so many people, and the inability to allow them to come down and show any vulnerability. However, I will say, in the last episode of the season, there's the wall comes down in that scene with Adam.
When Adam.
Yeah.
In that, you know, and it's just sort of like, I actually got upset when I was watching it, because it's the first time, like, you know, without a mask, you know, you see
Their face.
this person's face and his face, and it's just sort of like something happens where you're like, of course,
like
that means the most to you, and this is just taken away from you.
Yeah.
So it's, I mean, obviously, Hazbin Hotel is so deep for so many reasons, and people see themselves in all of these characters, but it's kind of cool to think. That's a great question. What about you? What about you?
I think Val's biggest flaw might be his temper. I think he's just very hot-headed and probably doesn't think things through. And I think one of his strengths is his charisma.
Yeah.
I think he's he's very likable, even though you're not supposed to.
Yeah.
Which is it makes him really complicated. It's fun.
I'm like, just watching you talk, I'm like, you're the perfect person for this, because when you smile, it's just like, so I was like, I'm so drawn to you.
All right.
Like, it's of course.
Oh, are you?
What is yours? Yeah, then you can switch. What's yours, Vicky?
I think my favorite flaw for Angel is he doesn't want to get invested. Like, he diffuses the situation before he lets too much of his emotional investment get into something, you know? I think he spends a lot of time trying to convince himself he's not in as bad of a predicament as he is, and so it's hard for him to extend that to other people. I think it's also a matter of trusting other people, having a difficult time doing that. And so that's a very integral flaw to his character. But my favorite thing about him, his strength, is that once he does allow that wall to come down as well, like, he's a fierce friend. You know you've got him.
He's a ride or die.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
His little Tommy gun.
What's that?
You want to answer?
Oh, yeah, sure. One of my favorite strengths of Alastor's is that he's clever, and that he doesn't have to look at things in one way. He can come at things from different angles, and like the idea that like the smile is a tool is clever, and I like that he doesn't feel the need to wear his heart on his sleeve, right? That cleverness is very appealing to me. I don't know that I can put my finger on a weekness of his yet.
All right.
Stay tuned. See you in season 7 in 2064.
Your favorite season 1 song?
Oh my God.
Do you have one? We never make
God,
use. We never make Viv sing.
They jump around. I feel like the ones I really like are the hardest to sing.
Do it. We'll do backup.
Okay. Well, everyone chooses Loser Baby, so I think I'm gonna do
Okay.
Yeah.
Just because I like it. I think it's cute. I like it starts with sorry. I don't remember the words. Oh my God.
My favorite is when Pencha sings in that song.
That's the part that like when we were working on it on production and like we have to hear these a million times. So the only reason that I'm less familiar with the music is that I listen to them for like straight for like 2.5 years, like when it would, like the production. I listened to them because I was like, I have these songs and nobody else has these songs. Yeah. Funny enough, now that everyone has these songs, I haven't heard them in a little bit. I'm like, this is nice. Like everyone's enjoying these songs and singing them, but like I don't need to anymore because we're not working on it. So like, but they also are like authentically great. Like they're all in my Spotify.
Sure.
Oh yeah.
It's more just like I haven't like been spamming them the way the audience has been.
I was gonna say they're in everybody's Spotify.
They're in everybody's.
So
we need karaoke versions because like I also am notoriously bad at memory lyrics and stuff. Like even if a song's playing on the radio, I'll sing along to it and I'll get the lyrics wrong. And I'm like, shit. So it's nice about karaoke is that it's right in front of you. So I can always
no, that's such a great idea.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm blasted back to when we did karaoke with Richard.
Singing
Bohemian Rhapsody with Richard.
We did karaoke in New York. It was amazing. Next time we're back, like when Richard's there, we need to
Guys, I've never done karaoke.
Oh, it's fun.
Never.
Do it now. Hazbin karaoke now.
I've never done
it to the fan.
Karaoke.
But
You need to. We'll let you know.
do it.
Do the my favorite. Okay, everybody.
Right.
I've asked everybody to do like a little clap along. But also, I feel like we could all sing like the. This is my favorite. I mean, and yes, I get to sing. It's so egotistical of Lute. I'm sorry. 6, 7. What are we even talking about? Some crack or we fucked up already? He blew a shot like a cock's in his mouth. This discussion is senseless and petty. There's no question to be posed. This unholy case closed. Did you forget that hell is forever? It's love it.
I sing that one line so much.
I'm not kidding. I was telling I think I was telling Viv that I posted it on my Instagram when it came out.
Really hard.
And that whole he blew a shot like a cock's in his mouth. My agent wrote me after I put it up and she was like, Jessica Vosk. And I said, what do you expect from me? She goes, not that. And now I have it stuck in my head.
My favorite is Loser Baby, but my second favorite is Alex just totally tears it up. When hell is forever, whether you like it or not. And when like the clapping starts to come in, and he's like walking down the cloud. It's so good.
That one was really
epic.
fun to work on.
But the reprise of that in the courtroom scene with
so
Charlie,
That whole scene.
Heaven must be.
If angels can do what?
I was like crying watching that. I was like, they're doing it. They're doing it.
and that's also just like really great like musical theater writing too.
It is
Like that
so
reprise comes in and it's like
That song was so.
Yeah.
I remember like hearing it for the first time. I was like, oh my God, you guys.
And women singing in harmony always wins. It's like so exciting because you're just like
just
there's
science.
a voice like that and like
and that's science.
it's like
That's science.
You went full Charlie right now.
I love it. I mean, it's why we all like love the moment in like Wicked when like they sing together.
Yeah,
Like the first time they do like loathing. Everybody's like.
Okay. What is the relationship between Valentino, Vox, and Velvette? Vox and Val are clearly dating.
Clearly.
But Velvette? Question mark? Is she the cool friend? Question mark.
This is a fun one.
That's a good question.
This is a fun one. So Vox and Val are technically not dating. They're the way I see it, and the way these characters are, at least in this point in the story, is that they're chaotic and they're villains and they've got a lot of shit going on. But clearly they have a connection with each other, and they're like the weird on again, off again relationship, situationship, whatever
like me and
that
Blake.
is.
I
So they absolutely have like immense sexual tension that they
Love it.
experience, but I would not confirm that they are actually dating.
Right.
But their relationship is one that I'm really excited to like get into because obviously like both characters are such unique villains in such fun ways, and they're also really fun like characters together, like their charisma and everything. So I'm really excited because obviously we'll see more of them in the next season, and I'm really excited for people to get to see more of like what that relationship's like. And then with Velvette, her dynamic with them, I kind of go, like, it's funny because I've literally seen it be like pulled and debated, and like to me, both kind of work. Which is that in some ways, I think if you look at it from an outsider, what it looks like is that Valentino and Vox are like her gay dads. And then, but like, I think in reality, it's more like, they're like these, like just a chaotic, like queer friendship. Like they're like, she's like the third wheel one that's like filming them being embarrassing and stuff. Like we saw in the first season. Like that's the dynamic. The dynamic is they both value her a lot though. And I'm very excited for that too, because like she's kind of, in a lot of ways, the kind of brains of that.
She's the brains behind the
Right.
So-
She's the glue that keeps the chaos from unraveling.
That's the dynamic, is that she's like the glue between these two like incredibly like egotistical and kind of chaotic villainous men.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. All right. Out of every character in season 1, which one would you have as a roommate? Like who do you think you'd get along with the most?
Niffty.
Reading.
Nifty, very clean, very clean.
Yeah.
Loved the character that you just did of the Asker. Really loved it.
No question, Husk.
Boss, okay, Nifty Husk.
Husk is just like chill, like you can have a conversation, but he's not constant like this one.
Yeah.
Right?
We have so many fun activities. Love being my roommate.
Would call you on your shit, right? But not make a big deal out of it.
Trope. I'd say probably sincerely Charlie, because like I need that, man. I need to come home and then just like
Somebody loves me.
either that or
You guys do trust fall right now.
5, 6, 7, 8, go! Oh, my mic just fell out. That's not far away from you. We could have done it. We could have done it harder. We could have done it.
At least they know.
Roommate?
I think Vaggie would be a great roommate.
I'm just gonna say Vaggie.
Vaggie's
I
like
Vaggie.
super, just stable.
Yeah.
Not too crazy. Won't like have crazy parties. It's just gonna.
Yeah.
And when you come
clean.
home and have a bad day, it's like she
Yeah.
would help you out of it.
Sit on the couch.
And like the
Yeah, she
opposite
talked
of
you
that
through
is a
it.
Carmela karma. Like
Yeah.
I wouldn't want, you know what I mean? Like she's almost the one who like would tell you like just drink at home. Like you could drink at but just stay here and stay
Her feet
overnight.
are
And then all
blades.
of a sudden,
Her feet are knives.
but I like danger.
Very
Imagine the
dangerous.
furniture.
Imagine the furniture.
Her feet are knives.
Amazing. Oh yeah. I'm excited to get to like officially announce that we have begun recording for season 2. Yay! And everybody here is going to be in it. So cannot wait.
I'm still waiting to hear.
And there's also, I'm very excited. There's going to be obviously like tons of characters coming back and new characters and all those things.
New
I can't wait.
characters.
Yes.
So cool.
Season 2.
As long as it doesn't decrease my screen time.
Absolutely.